What's up, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for stopping by today. Today's video, we're going to do some beef finger ribs. If you saw my last video, you know I did a rub comparison. And the one that won is the Kosmos Q combination, which I've been thinking about ever since I've had that brisket. And since I'm home alone tonight, I figured why not do some beef ribs and why not use that same rub combination. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the Kosmos. I'm going to start it with my SPG as the first layer, and I'm going to hit it with that Kosmos Q's hot cow cover, and then finish it with the Texas beef. Man, that combination was amazing, and I think on these ribs it's going to be perfect. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to throw them on the Traeger, just a quick cook, nothing special. But I'm going to bring you guys along and show you guys how, I'm going to season this up and cook them. So anyway, let's get started. All right, so what I have here is the rack of beef finger ribs. This was right at about 3 pounds, this whole rack. There is a little thin membrane on the back, just like other ribs, pork ribs, that I want to make sure I remove. And that's probably, prep-wise, all I'm going to do to it. You got to be careful because if you can see these ribs are already, in some spots, already starting to pull apart. So, when you're pulling off that membrane, be careful not to, that the ribs don't fall apart. But, there's this fat right here that I want to go ahead and get out in between these two ribs real quick. It's just a small, thin thing of fat. And I mean, I could probably leave it on. It isn't going to do any damage, but it isn't going to do any good either. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove that right off. And that's going to be all the prep work that I do to these ribs. That is it. So I'm going to come back with some W sauce, some Worcestershire, and just season these bad boys up. So I want to make sure I get a good coating, a rub all the way around. I want to add as much flavor to these ribs as possible. There is not a ton of meat on here on these beef ribs, or these beef finger ribs. You'll see when I flip them over. But that doesn't mean I can't add as much flavor as possible to the meat that is there. So, coming with my SPG first. And again, I use my SPG as a base rub for everything. So, you don't have to. I'm just someone that does. Next, I've got the Kosmos Q cow cover here, and the Texas beef, and I put them just a regular shaker here. So I'm going to come back with the hot cow cover. And then come back with the Texas beef. I'm telling you, this combination is really, really good. Some of you already know, you commented on my last video, the brisket video, saying that you tried this combo before, and it's really, really good, so you know what I'm talking about. So, as you can see, you got the bones here. There isn't a whole lot of meat. However, it's just me tonight, so, this one rack is going to be plenty. So we're going to take some more Worcestershire. Again, I did not trim anything from the top of this rack. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Come back with my SPG. Cow cover hot. Make sure I get this side, because there's some meat on this side. I want to make sure I don't miss. This is gonna be good. I can't wait to eat these ribs. And then that Texas beef. And we're gonna let this sweat in for just a bit while I get the Traeger fired up. So this is what they look like. We're gonna let them sit for, you know, probably a good 20 minutes. We're gonna go get the Traeger fired up, and I'm gonna cook these at 275. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. Throughout the cook, I will spritz it with just plain old beef broth, and then when I wrap, I'm just gonna dump some beef broth in there. So we're gonna let this rub sit again, and then go get this Traeger fired up. All right, you guys, the Traeger's up to temp. Got the ribs on. Again, we're cooking at 225, and probably starting at the 30-minute mark, I'm gonna come out and just start spritzing with regular old beef broth. And I'll do that about every 20 or 30 minutes until these ribs are ready to wrap. And then when they're ready to wrap, I'll pick back up. All right, you guys, these ribs have been going for 1 hour. That's what they look like. Again, this is straight up beef broth, regular old beef broth. You can use whatever you like for a spritz. Since I was going to add some in the wrap, I just went ahead and used this. So I'll be back out in another 30 minutes, see what they look like, and give them a spritz. All right, you guys, we are an hour and a half in. So we'll give these ribs another spritz, and then I'm actually going to turn these ribs over. I'm going to take these ribs and flip them upside down. Ooh, they're hot. Let me grab some tongs really quickly. All right, so I'm going to take these, just flip them upside down, let them cook like this a little bit. You can see we're starting to get some pullback here on the bones, so that's good. Backside a quick spritz. And we're going to let it go like this for another 30 minutes, and then we'll wrap them at that point. All right, you guys, these ribs have been going for right at 2 hours. So they've been upside down for about 30 minutes. Get a little bit of liquid here. I'm going to go ahead and flip them back over. So that's what they're looking like right now. Give them a quick little spritz, and then I'm going to bring them inside. We're going to wrap them up. I think, yeah, that's coming off pretty easy. So I'm going to wrap them up, or I'm going to pull them off, take them inside. We're going to wrap them up and then bring them back out here. You know what, you guys, I just said that we're going to pull these off, take them inside and wrap them, but I'm going to make an audible. I'm going to leave them on just like this, and I'm going to let them finish up without wrapping. When I pull this meat off right here, it was actually coming off pretty easy, so it's getting pretty tender, so I think I can finish this off without wrapping, so I'm not going to wrap them at all. I'm going to let them finish up. I'm going to continue the spritz with the beef broth, and we're going to let them go until they're done. So again, we're 2 hours in. These will probably go for another 30-45 minutes, I'm reckoning, and they'll be ready to eat. So that's where we're at now. Again, I'm not going to wrap after all. I'm just going to let them run and finish off just the way they are. All right, you guys, these ribs are done. We've got some really good pullback on these ribs. They've been going for 6, 7, 8, 3.5 hours. These ribs have been on. So this is what they look like. I did temp them with my thermopan, and they're reading about 203, so they're done. But the main thing that I was feeling for is that tenderness, and that tenderness was there. So these were pretty tender. So this is what they look like right now. I'm gonna let them rest for just a couple of minutes, a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna cut into them. All right, you guys, so I got the ribs here. I'm actually gonna turn them around, and we're gonna give them a cut and see what they look like. Oh man, that those cut really easy, which tells me these are really tender. And I am happy about that. As you can hear, my taste tester in the background, as always. Woo, they're still hot, but man, these things are cutting beautifully. So I'm happy with the way that they're cutting. You know, let me rearrange these, and then we'll give them a look. All right, so I got them cut up. Let's see what they look like. We'll just take the one right in the middle. It's still warm, still hot. That's what they look like. As you can see, we got a nice smoke ring on these all the way around. So I'm happy with that. So we're gonna turn it this way. Well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to pick it up, but we'll turn it the other way. See what it looks like here. So we're gonna give them a taste test, and we're gonna see how they turned out. So far, you know, I'm pretty happy with them. You can see here, nice smoke ring. They feel really tender. Ooh, got some moisture in there. Ooh, they're hot. So let's give them a taste test. All right, you guys, so I got that rib, the one I showed you, the first one I showed you, that metal rib. We're gonna give it a bite and see how tender it is, and see what the, or see how they taste. So, salud. Nice bite. Really good. I gotta give it another bite. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's a big rib. I can't turn all the way over. I'm afraid I'm gonna drop it. But a nice clean bite off the end here. That Kosmos Q, you guys. Kosmos Q. That hot cow cover with that Texas beef. 2 thumbs up. That is some good rub, you guys. All right, you guys, really quickly, I had to get the wife on video, or not on video, but on video. Hello. In the background. So she did help me with the taste test on the last video when I did the ribs, and many of you guys have said that you appreciated, you know, her being on camera, although they did kind of dog me for hogging the camera time.
Yeah, because you can only see like the top of my head.
Yeah, but I know you don't like being on camera that much. So that's why. Anyway, the missus is going to take a bite of the beef rib, and she is not a fan of beef ribs at all. I'll tell you guys that right now. It's just not her thing. She was out tonight. I made these since I was home alone, but she came home and I wanted her to give them a try. So she's going to give it a bite, and you know, we'll see what she thinks of the rubs. The flavor.
Oh my gosh.
You like it?
Yes.
That's good, right?
It's got, it's good. And I don't like beef ribs because of the flavor and sometimes the texture.
Yeah, she's not a fan of beef ribs at all.
Oh my gosh, this is really good.
Well, don't eat the whole rib, man. That's my rib, woman.
It's got good flavor. It balances out. There's not like spice or nothing. I mean, it's just like,
it's a really
so
good,
good.
like, it's not spicy, it's not hot, it's not salty, it's just perfect. This rub combination, the Kosmos Q's hot cow cover with the Texas beef, it's just a perfect rub combination.
That's really good.
All right, put that rib down because I'm gonna finish it. Go, get out of here. These are my ribs. Anyway, I just want to get the wife on and have her take a taste test and see what she thought of them. So you didn't see her, but you heard her. So they're good. So again, highly recommend. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Take care.